Yo, what's going on, buddy? This is Dylan Talk Sports. My name is Dylan. In today's video, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about Derrick Rose. If you're an NBA fan, and unless you live under a rock, you would have seen Derrick Rose retired from the NBA. It's been a couple years in the making. I kind of had a feeling probably around like 2021, 2022. I had a feeling it was coming. We were just kind of waiting to see when it was going to happen. Past couple years, he's been bouncing around from team to team. He's been with Memphis, I believe New York at one point. It just felt like it was time for him to retire, and he was just trying to see if there was anything left for him in the NBA. But here recently, he ended up deciding he's going to retire. He's going to leave the NBA after a long career, about a 16-year career. He had a good run. But one of the questions that's kind of coming out of it is he going to be a Hall of Famer when it's all said and done? Because now that he's retired, 2024, I believe it's like a 5-year period. So 2029, when he's eligible to be in the Hall of Fame, is he going to get in? There's some people saying no. I'm on the side that kind of yes. I want to go through and talk about his stats, talk about his accolades, talk about what he meant to the sport of basketball and why I think he should get in the Hall of Fame. Now, there's going to be a whole bunch of stuff you're going to be seeing on screen from ESPN articles, stats, like I said, different things, talking about Derrick Rose. I'll have it all on screen, kind of going over it. So if you want to go check it out, all that stuff out for yourself, I'll have links down in the description below. So if, like I said, if you want to check them out for yourself, feel free. But I'm going to go and get straight into this. If you're going to enjoy it, as always, make sure you go and drop a like on today's video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. But without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, starting off, like I said, with the ESPN article, kind of going through talking about Derrick Rose. Like I said, 16-year career. He had a good run. It's not like he only played like 10, 11, 12 years, and then he just kind of left the NBA. He played even whenever, like, a lot of people I feel like forgot about Derrick Rose. I want to say around 2017, 2018, because that was the year he was with the Bulls for a long time. He had MVP. He was probably, in my eyes, the best player of that generation because of just the skill and the pure athleticism that he brought to his game. I believe around 2018, he ended up going with the Cavaliers. Bad season. He ended up getting traded. And then from there on, it was just bouncing around. Like I said, he was with the Knicks, I think the Grizzlies, and somewhere else. He was just kind of bouncing around, riding benches. He wasn't really doing anything. And you look at everything that Derrick Rose had to battle through. The ACLs, as we know, he battled through multiple ACL surgeries throughout his time with the Bulls and his early part of his career. His knees were never the same. It's like when he came into the NBA, the play style, his athleticism, like I said, the way how he had his handles, he could go up, hit the Euro steps, get past defenders. They could be a 7-foot defender or a 6'5" defender, 6-foot defender. It didn't matter. He was going to cross you up and score on your ass. I would say peak Derrick Rose was like 2010 to about 2016-ish. That 6-year period, Derrick Rose was a nightmare to go against. And the best season he had, obviously, was the 2010-2011 season, where they had the best record in the NBA. He won MVP, the youngest MVP ever in NBA history. And in that moment, I think Chicago probably thought, do we have like another, he wasn't going to be Michael Jordan, but do we have another Michael Jordan-esque player that's going to be like a legend in this town? And for a couple years, we thought so. We thought he was going to be that. But then, like I said, injuries piled up. His career kind of derailed. Taking a minute looking at Derrick Rose's stats. As you can see, we got his stats for regular season, throughout his entire career, and awards. Now, I will say this. There are people out there, like I said, that are saying Derrick Rose is not a Hall of Famer. I will give them the benefit of the doubt for this argument. You could say, well, he doesn't have any NBA championship trophies. He has never been to the finals. He's never won the finals. You could say that. But are you also going to ignore the fact of the guy that was with the East, or in the Eastern Conference 8 years, LeBron James? This 8-year run from 2010 all the way to 2017-2018 season, the guy named LeBron James, who won 4 straight Eastern Conference Finals with the Miami Heat, and then another 4 straight with the Cleveland Cavaliers. If you're going to say Derrick Rose doesn't deserve to be a Hall of Famer because of that point, every single player that played in the Eastern Conference during that 8-year period should never be mentioned in the conversation of being a Hall of Famer. But looking at what he's accomplished, Rookie of the Year, he's been an All-Star multiple times. Like I said, he won the MVP. Even the year whenever he tore his ACL, he finished 11th in MVP voting. And then here in 2020-2021 season, he finished 9th in MVP voting. So he has shown he's 6th Man of the Year award, voted for a couple of times in his career here in the later stages of his career. When you look at his career stats, I mean, even at career stats, he averaged about 17 points a game. Turnovers were kind of down. Rebounder, he wasn't really a rebounder, but his assists, he had about 5 assists. So like 17-5 player, you might look at that and be like, that's not a Hall of Fame record or resume. I can understand that, even though this might not be much to go off of. But when you look at the longevity of how he produced on the NBA court, like I said, those first couple years, he was a baller. 25 points a game, 21 points a game, 20 points a game. And then, like I said, ACL surgery happened. He came back, and he was pretty productive. Then, like I said, he left Chicago. He bounced around from New York to, I believe that was Toronto. Then he had Cleveland, Minnesota, Detroit. He was bouncing around from team to team. But when it comes to him in the playoffs, he took off. Like I said, those first couple years in Chicago, he was a baller. That 2014-2015 season especially, I remember that season like it was yesterday. I remember him making the buzzer beater against the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think it was either the first round or the semifinal round. I think it was game 3. I think it was game 3 where they went up 2-1 on us. That buzzer beater still haunts me to this day. If somebody can fact check that for me and put it in the comments, that'd be very appreciated. But then it's like if you watch the way he played as his career kind of progressed, going into Minnesota, going into New York, he still got on the court and was productive. Now, something I find interesting is in this ESPN article, they say here, Rose might be the most interesting case of the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame has ever seen, because for decades, it's been a truism that every NBA MVP would make the Hall of Fame. Basically saying if he never tore his ACL and he would have been out there still playing at a high-ass level, he probably could have been easily cemented as a Hall of Famer. He would have been up there with, like, as we see with Steph Curry, Kyrie Irving, he would have been up there with those dudes. Now, it does say here, among the 36 players to win MVP, Rose's 3 All-Star appearances rank ahead of only the late Bill Walton, who had 2, and the other winner to see his prime years ruined by injury. So you could kind of say Derrick Rose is in special company. Him and Bill Walton be the only 2 players to ever win an MVP and multiple All-Star appearances and have their careers ruined by injuries. And it's like Bill Walton got selected to the Hall of Fame. Why can't Derrick Rose? I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up by saying this. When it comes to Derrick Rose, as a player, you have to acknowledge he is a dynamic-ass player. If you looked at Kyrie Irving today and you scrubbed his accolades away, you took away the NBA title, you took away the game-winning shot, you took away in the NBA Finals, you took away his All-Star appearances, his different awards that he's won over the years. You take that away and you just watch the game of him, you would be able to say 100% that man's a Hall of Famer. When you look at Steph Curry, like I said, you look at him play, you watch the man play, take away the accolades, take away everything like that. You look at his skill, his raw skill on the court, the way he plays is like, oh, that's a fucking Hall of Famer right there. How are you going to watch Derrick Rose over the first like 6-7 years of his career, even the later part of his years? He was still really good. I think he had a 50-point game in 2020, whatever that was when he was with Minnesota. He had like a 50-point game. This dude is nuts. I'm going to wrap it up by saying this. I think Derrick Rose is a Hall of Famer 100%. If he's not in the Hall of Fame in 5 years, I'll be a little bit surprised. First ballot, I think he has the chance. I just don't think it's going to happen. But I'm going to say this. I'll give it the limit 10 years. If he's not a Hall of Famer in the next 10 years, with Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame, we got some fucking problems. But other than that, I think I'm going to wrap up there. Hopefully you guys are going to enjoy today's video. If you did enjoy it, as always, make sure you're going to drop a like on today's video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. If you want to watch the entirety of today's video, thank you very much. And like I said, if you have a different opinion, do you agree, disagree with anything I said? Do you think Derrick Rose is a Hall of Famer, is not a Hall of Famer? Whatever your opinion may be, back up your argument in the comments and go ahead and leave your complete opinion, like I said, down in the comment section down below. I'll be more than welcome to talk about with you guys. If you're a fan of the content that I do poster and you want to go and hit that big red subscribe button, feel free to do so. And do not forget to hit that little notification bell to be notified second I post. But without further ado, this has been Don Talk Sports. Have a great day. Peace.